Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope all is well. Oh, I'm trying to figure out where I should be in relation to the camera. Obviously, I'm not doing a good job of it today. Certainly not centered. Oh, look, you can see that mess behind me. How nice. Anyway, those are the products that I bought for pre-order. And I can't remember if I showed them to you or not. I don't think I did because I don't think I had them at the last video. So, first of all, thanks for understanding that I had to cancel last week. I just couldn't think. My best friend's husband was in the ER, and I wanted to be able to leave at a minute's notice and go see her if she needed me. As it turns out, he's home and he's doing better. He has a treatable condition, which is very good. And because of that treatable condition, he's not out of the woods. He'll still have this to deal with, but there's medicines, and like I said, he's home and things are much better. So thanks for understanding. Honestly, I was doing this hard card and I couldn't even think how to put it together. And that's when I canceled because I do love my friends, just as I love all of you. So what have I got today? Do I have a story? Well, first of all, what are you drinking? I am drinking cinnamon vanilla tisane, which is just an herb tea, but it really is very tasty. I like it. I like both cinnamon and vanilla. It is very nice. I've already had 3 cups of coffee, so I decided it wasn't probably a good idea to get another cup for today. That's what you need. Me is bouncing in my chair, ready to just fly off, you know? Anyway, so I hope all is well at your house. I had a little technical issue this morning when I was trying to set up the live stream. So some of you saw a post maybe on YouTube that I'd be live at a scheduled time. And for some reason, it didn't work on Facebook. And I would like to stream to both at the same time instead of just putting up a link and making everybody pop over to YouTube. So that's what I did. I deleted it. I started over. Thankfully, I was able to copy all of the dimensions for this card because it was a lot. Let's see. Those are bothering me just a little bit. So let me move them over. Angle those lights a little. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you. Let's see. So that was why last week, and I'm very thankful. And this week, technical problems seem to be under control. So let's just hope that continues to be good. I've got a fun fold card for you. It really is fun. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a sneak peek vertically. Here it is. Oh, this way. I'll move this way. Isn't that pretty? And look, it really is a star card. It's not so hard to put together as it looks to begin with. I'm in a group on Facebook of other demonstrators, and we try to support each other. So the lead, one of the admins of the group showed us this card, and I thought that is fun. Remember, we all did it together. Can you imagine not knowing what you're doing, cutting all this paper? Because they're kind of weird directions. And then putting it together, it was sort of like, hi, Lori, good to see you. It does look complicated, and I'm hoping that I'm able to explain it in a way that is easier to understand. So I had a humbling moment this week. I always think that I'm moderately good with technology. Hi, Cindy, good to see you. I had a doctor's appointment, and I checked in online and went and sat down, which made perfect sense to me. And then after half an hour of reading, I realized that the lobby had emptied out twice and I was still sitting there. So I went up and checked, and it did not check me in. So I was feeling a little put out because I always keep my appointments. All right, 99% or 98% of the time. I have been known to space something out once in a while, but I'm pretty proud of being able to keep appointments really well, which takes a little more planning and getting up early sometimes. And so I had to reschedule my appointment, and I got marked as a no-show, which hurt my pride. And then on the way home, I realized that that was a me issue, not a them issue. I was obviously a little arrogant about my technology use and needed to be humbled, and I was. So from now on, I will check in online, but I will double check with the front desk just to make sure. So I get to go on Monday, probably during the time my new laptop is going to be delivered. Oh well, I'll have to figure that one out. Yes, it just hurt my pride a little bit, but sometimes when we're feeling a little on top of things, it's the time to take a look back and a step back and say, oh, I'm human. I didn't follow through with this and I should have. So, and it was my humbling experience Monday. Let's see. I think that's all the chatting I've got. Let me. Where's my other camera? My other camera is not on. I wonder if I hope I can add it. Yes. That is so weird. Okay, taking down my camera. It shows it's working. Oh, it's working. Let's see if I can get it back up without messing anything up. The problem is I have so many things to show you today that it disappeared down. So let's start with the things I want to show you. Last chance items have been updated. So it's a great time to go shopping for sales. And some of those I understand. I haven't gone over it, which means I haven't pulled off my retired products yet, or the ones that are retiring. That is this afternoon's job. Because it sounds like a good job for a rainy, gray day. There's a lot of things that I saw on there that I am going to shed a tear over. My pretty pears, that beautiful Painterly Pears suite, is on the last chance list. Now, I know I've used it a lot. I've gotten my money's worth out of it. But I'm going to miss it because I loved that paper. Okay, so here's good news. This, as we all know, Celebration has gone away. It's retired. But now there's going to be a product of the month, something to buy special that's exclusive every single month, as long as it lasts. So this product of the month is this lovely monochromatic blue paper. It's called True Blue Florals, and it looks really pretty. And I've seen some cards made with it. So it is on my shopping list, in my shopping cart. It also is, you have to have a $75 order before you can buy it for $5. And it's a great deal. And you can only get one. So it really is exclusive. Anyway, just want to throw that out there. Gloria, you got yours? Oh, I'm so glad. I've got to get my order in soon because I don't want to miss out. There is a new craft class, a virtual card retreat that Stampin' Up! Is doing January 22nd and 23rd. I do not have the schedule, nor do I have a ton of information about it. I have some, but not a ton. Let's see. I'm going to get the next slide. I couldn't get it to save as a PDF so that I could import it here and show you a whole page, but I took a screenshot. This is the new suite they're going to be using. It's an exclusive stamp set, designer series paper, cardstock, envelopes, embellishments, and more. And it is $165 in the US. Next Wednesday is the 10th, and that's when ordering starts. So if you're interested, I think that might be a fun one to do. There's also another list of other items you're going to need. I didn't even look at that. I wish I could tell you, but I didn't look. Cyber Monday sale is the Paper Pumpkin. And you probably know that it's a Paper Pumpkin subscription, 3 months, 6 months, or 9 months. And you can, with Paper Pumpkin, you can always go in and cancel or skip one if there's one you really don't like, or you're going to be out of town and you don't want them to stack up in your mailbox. So It's a really great deal, good percentage off. But you cannot cancel the very first one, which I believe is going to be January. And it looked pretty. So if you already have a Paper Pumpkin prepaid subscription, oh, that's a hard one to say. If you've got that prepaid subscription, you did, Lori. I'm glad you did. I'm still debating on it. You would need to go in, if you don't want 2 of the January kits, you would need to go in and put your own personal subscription on hold. And then you can, I guess, go back and forth. I don't know. I still have 9 months on my subscription, which lasts me about a year. So I am debating, but it's a good sale. It's a good savings. So I am not 100% positive what I'm going to do. I did order a new kit, though, that's coming. New kits came out in December. Silly me. It is the Botanical Gardens kit, Banner Botanicals kit. And there's also, if you need to make a baby book, an As You Grow kit, which is considered a crafting kit, not a card making kit. So just wanted to throw that out there in case you're looking for a new kit. And as long as I'm talking about kits, let's talk about my kit together. I have a virtual kit together on December 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Well, it's not Pacific Daylight Time, it's Pacific Standard Time. I obviously didn't catch that one. Hi, how are you? Craftin' on the Back 40. Could you tell me your name? Because I'm not sure who that is. Thank you. Anyway, it's a virtual. We're going to use my Zoom. There's no charge. Just come and bring a kit, work on your kit, chat. It's okay to chat while you're working on a kit because they're easy. I can't chat and talk at the same time and think. It's just like 3 things. It's just too much for me. And my other class this month is my Kit Together in person. And that's going to be December 10th. I've got kits. It's $30 to come and chat. I've got non-alcoholic beverages. We may be having April. There you are. Thank you, April. We're just going to have a good time. That's just all there is to it. It was fun. I've limited to 10. So if you live in Bellingham or northern Whatcom County, you might want to think about coming. I guess any part of Whatcom County, it's not that big a county. If you want to come, just get in touch with me. I had to have an email to send out my newsletters because of the new rules with the newsletter companies, Gmail and Yahoo and so on. So I am Nancy Reynolds at stampinwithnutsy.com. That's a lot to type out, may I say. Just throwing that out there. Okay, now we've all caught up. We know what's going on. Let's go down to the table so I can show you this card. I really thank Kevin Theesen for showing us this. I might have to readjust those, even though the light bothers me. Okay, let me readjust my lights. These are cute little lights. I'm not sure I love them. I found them. I know it's going to sound strange, but I tucked them in a drawer because I didn't love them. And my little odd light wasn't quite enough. I probably needed to get another odd light. But anyway, here we are. We have got a star card that is not as hard to do as you would think. So let's get started. We're going to build the card, put on the designer series paper, and then we'll worry about the decorating. Oh, here's the back. There is a place to write and sign your name. Isn't that good? Now, I'm going to tell you that I was a little nervous about this, so I started it to make sure I remembered how to do it correctly. Let's see. If I pull this over to here and angle it differently, let's see. Does that help with the shadows? And let me pull this one and angle it differently. Is that a little better? I don't know if it's better or not. Maybe a little bit. Oh, here's what we're doing. We're using Words of Beauty. This is the stamp set, and it's got the Words of Beauty die. I don't believe I used those. We've got Petals of Beauty, and I did use this, and the dies, the Petal of Beauty dies. I'm liking the new packaging, I gotta tell you. It's making me happy. And then I used, with the Brush with Beauty set, suite, came the beautiful pattern embossing folder. And it is pretty. It's just a little more subtle than some of our embossing folders, so it's really good on vellum. And then I've got the designer series, the Pearls of Beauty embellishments. These are nice, they're flatter, which I've always liked a flatter one. White, Crumb Cake, and Calypso Coral. And in the kits that I've got to give for commenting and sharing, oh, thank you, April, I appreciate that. I've got, you'll know what color you're getting. You're getting Calypso Coral. I have also got a snore of those in my cart. So here's what I did. I put the three of the pieces we cut. So I had you cut 4 that were a little bit bigger and have this border on each end. So these correspond to the edges, the edge stars. This one, without that fold over piece, is this piece. Now it would be easier to put the designer series paper on first, but Lori, I love them too. I love a flat embellishment that matches things. So this is our coordinating color card space. And this is what we're going to build on. So let's go ahead and flatten that out. And I'm going to show you what we're doing. Number 1, we are using glue today because I need wiggle room, and it is one of the strongest glues. The second side is harder to put together than the first. Just letting you know. You also want to make sure everything is well burnished. I had a little lump there, so that must mean I missed something. Okay, here we go. Now take our glue, clean off the little nib if we need to. I'm going to glue this side. See, I wrote line up on box 1, that this is box 1 and I have to line it up. So I'm going to put some glue on. Don't get too carried away. A little carried away is good. And then you're going to line it up right here on the edge. Clean up any glue if you've got a little too much extra. So we're gluing that down first, and we're just going to give it a moment to set. Okay. Then we're going to put glue on number 2. I marked that one. I figured it was safe to write on them because these I'm turning under and gluing. You're going to turn that under and push it all the way, and I'll show you this in just a moment, all the way to meet that first one we put down. I'm going to hold my hand there and make sure this is in, and I'm going to rub those down with my fingers. I know this is a little harder for you to see what I'm doing here, but it's got to be well adhered. And so now this is what it looks like. You have made a box. And that's what we're going to do, is we're going to make a couple of boxes. And I'm going to flatten it out because our next box needs to go on. And we're going to do it exactly the same way. We're going to butt it up against this first box. Line it up trying to be even, and hold it for just a moment. See, this is pretty easy, isn't it? Hi, Bonnie's Corner. Thanks for joining us today. Okay, so we're going to just rub this. Now, the good news is in the kits that I've got, here's one of the envelopes. Everything is here. Everything is cut. And the Facebook and YouTube videos is here, the date, and there's the Star Fun Fold. As you know, Facebook deletes everything after a month, so the YouTube is probably your best choice to watch a rerun on. Okay, we've got that done. Now we are going to do our last fold over piece. And again, we're going to butt it right up against our first one, our first end right there. Making another box. And I'm going to just rub that in good. We need it to stay, to be well adhered. If it's off a little bit, it's probably not going to matter much. Just not off a lot. So here are 2 points of our star. You could use your bone folder, but I just think I get a little more pressure with my finger than I would with a bone folder. This is going to flatten out. And if it gives you any back talk, you just take that little bone folder and make it flatten out the way you want it. Here's our last piece that's a little bit shorter, and it's got, again, 1-inch sections, but there's 4 of them. So we're going to put this together. And on these 2 raw edges, we're going to take our glue. Whoops. That probably means my glue is about out. I find that it gets a little runny. Brand new glue bottles and old glue bottles, or almost empty glue bottles, seem to be my problem with that. Okay, here we go. I just got glue on my fingers. These adhere to those middle sections of the flattened stars. This is a bulky card. This is going to cost, well, hello, Sweet Bee Creative Studio. Thank you for joining. I was wondering if you would mind telling me your first names so that I will know. Okay. Oh, one thing I need to say, neither Facebook nor YouTube, I'm having trouble finding who shared. So if you share the video, please just write that you shared the video because you might win the drawing. Oh, 3:30. Oh, CST. Oh yeah, don't trust YouTube. Hey, Luann, but I haven't been on very long. I had half of this created before I got on. Oh, thank you, Sweet Bee Creative Studio, Anne. I appreciate that. Okay. Now when we open it up, oh, my. Did I do something wrong? I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Because this should not be sticking to it. I'm sure that's what I did. Okay. Well, I will have to re-evaluate. No, that's right. That's not right. Because this one needs to, well, we're just going to take most of this off. I'm sure that's what I did. Because this worked perfectly. Oh, I guess that worked perfectly too. I just didn't squeeze it enough. Okay. Ignore me. That is stuck together. Oops. I panicked. Oh my goodness. Okay, it is right. There's our star. And it'll kind of squish out to its proper way soon. Then we've got all of our other bits and pieces. I've got a piece of vellum that I've already torn. I probably should have torn it with you. I tore it though before I embossed it. I thought it would be easier that way. I could be wrong. All the little pieces are out. Oh, I didn't do an envelope for it because I am going to put it in a little bit larger envelope. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Okay, here we go. It is just, once you get it started on the left side, it does go in and fold over, but it's really thick. So it's going to take some extra postage. And in fact, depending on your post office, and may I say that sometimes my postal people are a little bit persnickety, they might tell you that it has to go as a package. In which case, it's still worth sending because it's a really cool card. I have 12 pieces of, let's see, there's my flowers. I didn't know how long this was going to take us, so I did a lot. I did the pre-stamping, the pre-cutting, which I probably didn't need to. Okay, here we are. Mossy Meadow is our matte. Baisc White is our sentiment and focal point. So we'll set those aside for just a moment while we glue on 12 pieces of designer series paper. And as I said, this really is easier if you do it first. I just thought it might kind of get in the way. Okay. Oh, here comes Miss Susie Cute. I decided I liked it without the border on the top and bottom. So that's what I cut and gave you the dimensions for, 7 1/8 by 4 1/4. If you like it better with a border, then I would suggest taking off just 1/4 of an inch. To be honest, at one point I had these all lined up so that they flowed, but I think I'm not going to worry about that today. I know it's weird, but I just like patterns that carry on from one piece to the next. But if I had wanted it that much, I would have made sure that they were lined up before I got started. So I'm just going to grab them. Honestly, this is one of my favorite ones. This is pretty, and I love the colors in it. But I kind of ran out of my favorite. That one actually looks a little, this is the fussy part. The rest isn't so bad, but this is a little fussy. And the nice thing is that the card, it just so nicely almost goes flat. I find that mine didn't go flat in both directions. It did one direction better than the other. And I'm not sure why. Okay, there we go. So what's everybody doing? Ah, Cindy's got postal people like me. Yep. It's one of those things. They're doing their job. Some are just a little stricter than others. My friend Lori, that's Laurie, she goes up to the postal department in up. Looks like somebody got a little crazy with their glue. Okay. I made a gluey mess. Okay. Well, we all know it worked perfectly the first without all of the designer series paper, so I will work on that later. Yep. And you do need to make sure your designer series paper is going in the correct direction. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. How's your weather? We had some cold, clear weather here in the Pacific Northwest. Oh, Bonnie, you're cooking. That sounds good. What are you making? I would love to know. I am not a brothy soup maker, but yesterday I decided, well, I have been taking my rotisserie chicken because one of my friends said that's why my soup isn't as good, as I don't take my rotisserie chicken and boil down the bones for a while and get a good broth. So I've done that the last 3 chickens I've gotten. So then I went to the freezer, pulled it out, and decided I was making, I made tortilla soup, chicken tortilla soup with ground turkey instead of chicken, and no tortillas because I've been doing low carb, which has done really a good job with my blood sugar and my weight. I've lost a few pounds, so I'm happy about both. Now, there's another reason I was really sad not to see my doctor. I was hoping to get a good job because my blood sugar was back in the normal range. Anyway, so I made this soup, and it turned out really good. I will say that I might have put in a little bit too much of the chipotle chili powder, and I made enough to feed an army. Okay, we're all good. I just didn't have things folded right. So there's our star. Not a hard thing to do. Yes, thank you. I'm pretty proud of it, actually. I'm going to work on the back because that was super easy. I have a sentiment from the Petals of Beauty. I think you're amazing, which I think is a good thing to tell people. Have you noticed so much? Oh, Bonnie, very good. I'm so glad. Doesn't it feel good? I'm afraid that after my husband died, I just kind of stopped caring about some things, and blood sugar and what I ate was one of them. So I'm feeling better, and I'm very glad to say that I think the blood sugar going up is probably what kicked me in the pants and made me get going on doing it. So the back is super easy. I am going to find this little tiny, oh no, I'm going to close this before I make a mess. We know me. I can make a mess in no time flat. Anyway, on with my story about people not always feeling appreciated. I think we live in a world where people are not appreciated. They're not told what they're doing good. Oh, I didn't really trim this down. I just cut a small piece of leftovers. So get that little bit of glue off. Sure wish we'd get snips back. They'd find a new manufacturer. I love my snips. And I do not like, I'm going to say it again, I just think that the glue tends to show over time on Baisc White and Berry Vanilla, some of those neutral, lighter colors. So I prefer to, okay, I prefer Seal or Seal Plus for that. And we're just going to put this on because we can, and the less pieces underfoot, the better. Anyway, so I think that anytime we can tell somebody and tell them something positive and make them feel better about themselves and life, we should do it. So I like, oh, okay, bananas will do it. Yeah, I remember years and years and years ago, I was going through a really rough time in my marriage, and my blood pressure went up. And so they put me on a diuretic, and oh my, it depleted my potassium. I don't know how low it got, but I was at the point where I could barely get off the couch one day. Of course, I had taken my daughters and friends' daughters to the park. We walked a mile to the park, walked through the park and played, and then walked home. So it just did me in. I am using Darling Duckling because I wanted this to be pretty too. And I always try to start off the paper so I don't get big globs. Doesn't always work. I do get a little bit of an edge, and I like that. And this is the edge that's going to be on the outside of the card. So there's Darling Duckling. Doesn't take much. And I'm using the large blending brush for it because I didn't have a small yellow one. I prefer the smaller blending brushes. I don't know, how about you? Oh, more than a tape runner, Bonnie. That is actually a great idea. That's what my friend whose husband was ill, she has a sight issue. She's actually legally blind. And she has a terrible time with glue because it's messy, and tape runners because I'm not sure why. Because I think she really can't see what she's doing and how she's using it. I'm not sure, but I did suggest that she go to tape runners. So we've got a little Calypso Coral on the card and on my fingers. It's a good thing I'm covering it all with color, right? Oh, your first time watching, Rosemary. Thank you. I so appreciate everyone tuning in. Okay. Keeping the Calypso Coral fingers off of the yellow. Looks like my Calypso Coral, no, my Lost Lagoon rather, could use a little bit of re-inking. Now, all I need to do is remember that when I'm done, right? Maybe if I set it in a different place, kind of behind me there, I will remember to do that. And then we will build our focal piece. Come on. Okay. I just thought I am not an orangey person, but I thought these colors were lovely together. And of course I got the color palette from the Designer Series paper. Here is our torn piece of this vellum. What I learned recently is if you tear it in one direction, it tears easily, and the other direction it doesn't. So just if it's not tearing really nice, wavy, but nice, then just try it from the back side and try it. I am going to put this down with Seal because in the middle. Seal Plus, sorry. Here we go. Yeah, we'll have the more dimensional piece. And the reason I'm using Seal, you can see through it, but we're going to build our focal piece. And with Mossy Meadow, I cut 2 of the leaves, the smaller leaves. And then I did 3. Oh, I did 2 because I was going to do 1 on camera because it's really bad never to stamp, right? Okay, let's do that. Here are my scraps. That looks like a perfect scrap to use. I have found that I am so much better off doing the, okay, and I'm using the smaller flower in this suite. Doing the darker first. Some people like to do the lighter and then they put the darker over it. I totally have a problem with that. As in, I am not successful at all. So I like to stamp the dark. So I use first generation ink. And then for my kind of fill-in stamp, for lack of a better word, I use second generation ink. And these are fairly easy to line up because they've got this piece right here that kind of sticks out. And it's really easy to line this particular stamp set up. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to cut it out. So there we are. And then I wasn't sure what, now I put my thumb in the yellow. See, there's a reason I keep these closed. I took crumb cake. And you all know that little trick that a lot of our pads, not all of them, but a lot of the pads you just press kind of towards the middle hard and it pops them open instead of having to pry them open. My Calypso Coral is not that way. Then I just took this little center stamp, tried to line that up. There we are. And we'll grab, another nice thing about these is they're small. Oh, there's the third one. Well, let's do it anyway. Because I will keep that extra one. Let's just slow down, just a hair. My plates are, as always, not in the best, most beautiful shape. I pulled out the wrong die. So now you get to see how I keep my new products. The new product packaging, you probably know, comes in this longer and just a little bit wider package. And you've got one for stamps and one for dies. So I like to use a magnetic plate, which you can buy to fit these. It is not here. what did I do with it? That's the big one. I do not know where that is. It looks like there's going to be a search. Well, at least we've got the other one all cut out. Don't you just hate it when things like that disappear? I know I do. It frustrates me. Eek, eek, eek. We're moving. Eek, eek. Stop. Hey. Okay, back down. I have a hydraulic table. That was fun. We all went for a little ride. It knocked over my light on one side. There we are. I think we're all okay now. I will find that other one and cut this out later, because one of the things I like to do is anything extra that I've cut out and done goes into here. Now here's one of the leaves. I did it in vellum, and I embossed the vellum first and then colored it with mossy meadow on the back, light mossy meadow. So it was really, that was fun. We'll put this together. I am going to use glue dots because it's going over vellum, so it's going to need to adhere really well, and I think glue dots do a really good job of that. So glue dots it is. And it doesn't matter to me that the bottom of it won't be secured down because I'm putting the flowers over it. So that will hold it in place. So here is one. Just put that there. And I missed some glue dots. I once had a workshop for new stampers, and one of them wanted to be really helpful, and it's when the glue dots used to be wound the other way, so they were on this side instead of the inside. And so she took and she cut off all of the tape that was extra, so there was nothing to go over them. I had glue dots on my dining room table. I had glue dots everywhere. That was a good memory, actually. A little frustrated at the time to get everything cleaned up, but oh, Bonnie, you don't like the new packaging? I do like it. I like that it's not going to take up so much space. And I like that I can put both the stamps and dies into the same package. So I'm going to, when I get more of them, I'm going to have a container where they can just sit like this. I can go through and look at my stamps. I can turn the container around and go through and look at the dies. Having a picture of the dies is absolutely life-changing. I do not want to tell you how many times I knew I had a die that would cut just the perfect size for my sentiment. Okay, before we do much more, we've got to get the Winkostella out because these are flowers. And as we all know, flowers absolutely must have Winkostella on them because they deserve to be sparkly, as do birds and butterflies. There are just some things that have to sparkle. So Winkostella is always easier to put on before you glue everything down. Anyone have any good stories about, oh, my plates are well loved. Yes, they are. They get used a lot. Oh, the blue, number one, boho blue is one of my favorite blues. And so the 2 years we had it, as a in color, I was a happy camper. I was absolutely thrilled. And then when they left us, I was a little sad, but I still have the boho blue on the mini cut machine. I have got, this is from one of the kits, but I've got some dimensionals that I've cut the edges off. I think when I was a new stamper, that would be in, let's do this one, this way. 2007, I joined in January of 2007. Not during celebration when there were deals, but at the end of the month, when there used to be deals. Okay, so there's our sentiment, our focal point. And we also need let me put the end back on this so I don't poke myself. Bleeding on your cards is not a good thing. You're right, boho blue probably will go with the new selection. So let's just put down, I'm at the end of my, I think I'm going to put a little one there. And then take a bigger one and put here. Anyway, end of my putty on my end there. It's limping along. So here we have our focal points all ready. I find it interesting that I actually like to assemble the entire focal point and then put it on a lot of cards. And I'm not sure why. Now I was thinking that if you really wanted to, it might be kind of nice to put maybe a little twine on this, tie a little twine bow and put it up under here. I didn't do that. And I haven't decorated an envelope because I don't think I'm going to put it in one of our envelopes. I think I'm going to get something a little bit larger. So we have a 6-pointed start with a Brush to Beauty suite to help our friends know that we think they're amazing. So what do you think? It was just fun to learn to make that. Obviously, I still have a little work to go on my ability to do it quickly and easily. But I just thought these looked so cute. But my favorite is this one on the left. Which is your favorite? Which do you like better? So I'm going to put some stuff away while you tell me what you like. I'm going to go on a hunt. I'm going to put this back here too. Maybe that becomes my to-do list. Besides pulling off all of the, I'll pull off all of the last chance items and check my other last chance, my basket that's got last chance in it. Okay, I'm just moving stuff aside because I am hoping to show you a few of the new items I got for the pre-order. Everybody's with me so far on the left. Yes, it does feature Calypso Coral, whereas the other one really doesn't have any Calypso Coral in it. But I still kept that color because, honestly, I like Calypso Coral better than pink. So I'm going to move those aside, stack up the inks, and start pulling in products. There would be my white scraps. Did you all get your new catalog? I can't open it on camera because it doesn't start till January, but it's pretty and there's pretty things in it. If you haven't guessed, I really like flowers. I think they're great. So, this is the Covered in Flowers accents, and They're white flowers. I haven't even opened it yet. Let's see if I can get it open. Sometimes if you just kind of go back and forth on the corner where it's got that seam, it'll break apart. And sometimes it doesn't. And that's where your snips come in. Because I want to pull one out. You could color these any color you like. Looks like there's only one sheet of them. Let's pull a tulip out. I can see this done in a beautiful, oh, what color would I do? When I think of tulips, of course, purple's my favorite color, just in case you haven't been able to tell by the sweater and the nail polish. I think that I probably would do it in purple. Although when I first think of tulips, red comes to mind. This is kind of cool. I like this. Okay, I'll leave the rest for later. But isn't that pretty? But I do see that colored, and I do like inking with my brushes. Or with sponge daubers. Since it's more delicate, maybe sponge daubers would be a better choice. I think this is a sweet. I tried to keep sweets together. So this is Lovely Blossoms. Again, flowers. It's got a cloud cover ribbon that's a little bit wide. Generally speaking, when I think of wide ribbons, I think of using them just as a border around the card and not trying to tie anything. Lovely Stripes embossing folder. Ooh, pretty. And these are like the ones we use today. They're flatter. White cloud cover, Old Olive, and not Night of Nudity. Secret Sea, I think we've got there. The Lovely Arrangements stamp set. And the dies are interesting. I'm looking forward to trying those out. So, obviously I haven't gotten into anything yet. I think these are, don't know if this is a sweet. It's got a, what color is that? It's an open weave ribbon. It's Secret Sea. I thought this was really pretty. It's not flowers, but it's branches. And the sentiments, you make me smile, I love you lots. Oh, cut out the pieces in colored paper and stick it on in back. Good point. Here are some faux bronze pentagons. That would go nicely with a more natural theme. Nature's Symphony dies. Looks like some of them cut out the stamps, maybe. But this one would be pretty. A lot of texture. Then there is I can't read upside down, so sorry. Natural Hues 12 by 12 textured specialty paper. That's pretty. It reminds me of mulberry paper a little bit. I haven't touched it, but just looking at it. And then here is the designer series paper. When I get these up, I'm going to make some, I've kind of stopped making my little inspiration sheets, but I think I'm going to make them with these. So I'm keeping my paws off of them. You can't make inspiration sheets if you have cut up all your designer series paper and use it. So I'm leaving these alone until it's time to work on that and on those sheets. This one was not part of a suite, but I loved it. It's Prayers and Promises. So often we need to send sympathy cards, especially if you get a little older. You find you're sending a bit more. So sending love, I'm here for you. Give it to God. He cares for you. So you can use, it can be religious. It also can be not. We've got always so sorry for your loss. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. There's some scriptures on here. This one is nice. As you grieve, may your memories comfort you, your faith strengthen you, and may hope heal your heart. Then keeping you in my thoughts, holding you in my heart, remembering you in my prayers. I just thought those were beautiful. So I don't keep a lot of retired products, but right now I'm going to say that I'm going to keep this one forever. That's my thought. Now this was a bundle. Fragrant Layers and the Fragrant Layers dies. And again, you've got a lot of texture in some of these dies. I like little, I like it when a set comes with, or a sweet bundle comes with the dies that fit the sentiments. So I don't have to go out and find things. Okay. Now for something just plain cute. Look at those little ladybugs. There's some little plain ones, but there's little ladybugs. I love this. That one made me so happy. It comes with this old olive scalloped trim that's an open weave. Think of the texture that'll give on cards. And then the sweet bugs. So this is a little bug sweet. I don't buy a lot of cutesy things, but this one had me at the ladybug embellishment. And you know what I'm planning to do for next year? Okay. Bug paper. I don't know if anything of the dies cut it out. It's called Cute as a Bug. I will find that out though and have that information. And glimmer paper. Again, I'm not opening it because it's Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly, and Pool Party. But I want it to stay pristine so I can make my inspiration sheets, which has a little sample of the papers and all of the stamps and dies cut out. It always gets me working with the suite. There is going to be a lot of fun in my future. I am very happy with what I bought. So let's see, where am I? There I am. Let's do that. So one of the things I want to do this next year, and because online exclusives and the catalogs, it's just, you never know how long things are going to stay for the online exclusives. And I want to get the best use out of what I purchase. So I'm going to take a week and I'm going to focus that week on one suite or one bundle and just use it. Really use it for the, oh, you got 2 sets of the pastel paper, Bonnie. That was smart. I should have done that. And I want to use it. I want to use it to the full and then put it on my shelf, not get so stuck on it. Like, I think it was a beautiful gallery that I couldn't put away. So I'm going to try to limit myself to a week. And so I'll publish my schedule and you can expect to see on my business page a few samples and ideas about it and the Facebook Live, whatever fun fold I come up with, will use the suite of the week. And I think I will get more use out of it that way because every year there's just like 1 or 2 and sometimes more. Hiding my face in shame, but of suites that I haven't used, which is not a good thing. So I am going to try to be better about getting everything used and sharing it with you and you'll know it ahead. So if you want to create with me, I'll even try and I'll try to do, so in January, my advertising for the class, the free class, I'll try to get it out on Thursday instead of Friday, 2 hours before, and put in the measurements. So if you wanted to play along with me, you could. And I think that would be fun. I would like that. So that's my plan. I'm sticking to it. And you are all welcome to be my accountability partners. And if I don't do it, call me on it. Now, I did get happy mail. So quick happy mail. I'm in a little card swap group with others that are also Jehovah's Witnesses. And so this was my card that just came. She was ill. Honestly, she was ill. But this one you have to see from this side. Look, boxes. Isn't that cute? I love this. And this was from Yvette. And then here's a card from Jocelyn. I didn't take part in last month's card swap with Cat's Meow team. She wasn't sure what to do with this, so she just sent it separately. It's the, oh, maybe I better change back. Yeah, let's change back. It opens up, it's a box, and she just wasn't sure what to do with the sentiment. I think I will glue it in here so they can see it when they open it up. But that's with the Kintsugi Suite, which is one of my favorites. And then I got a very beautiful thank you card from my friend Hillary. We met for coffee down I drove down this time. Sometimes she drives up to Bellingham. She's in the next town south, about 30 miles away. And isn't that pretty? And she wrote me a nice note. And that was my happy mail. So I think that's it. Back to me. There. Got a haircut too. It's a little layered, so it's a little curlier. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming. And until I see you next week at 2 o'clock, I want to say